I know, Boo. Daddy's got to reset the fire pit. Won't take too long. But before that, we have to do some morel mushroom hunting, my friend. We are early in the season, and I did a quick scout mission and found one small one. We'll see what we find today. I think for the first one or more, I will mark them, and then we will pick them maybe a day or two from now and see if they grow. It's pretty cool today, which doesn't help with morels, but that's okay. You don't think so? You're making a mess, little boo. You can see on the right side of Cinnabon, he got his flea and tick meds. Oh yeah, he's gonna help. Have to keep our eyes peeled, little boo. Look for mushrooms. They tend to start in this area. He's gonna be a little confused. He thinks we're going on a walk, which I suppose we are. All right, little boo. There was one over here. Can you see it, little boo? I know it was over here somewhere. Can you help Daddy find the mushroom? Yeah. That's why we mark them with sticks when we don't pick them. Sometimes, though, when you... Oh, there it is, right there. It's close. Right in the middle of the frame there. See that, little boo? He'll knock them over sometimes, too, which is fine. Right there. Got a nice morel. Yep, that's a good one. Put a little stick there. Oftentimes when you find one, there are more nearby. So you always find the one or two. Sometimes there's 2 or 3 next to each other. And you scout or look for more in the immediate area, being careful not to step on them, because they blend in very well. This appears to be it's a gray or yellow. I want to say gray. But I'm just going to search around here for a while, and if I see anything, I'll be sure to let Cinnabon know. Maybe he'll help me find them. Yeah. This is not the time of year where we find huge morels. I'd love to be wrong. It's usually in May when we find the big ones. Those are usually yellow, huge yellow ones. A little more triangular in shape instead of the rounded shape, but we'll see. We'll see. Sometimes they get so big and when the sun comes out, they have a translucent glow to them, which is purely the sun just kind of reflecting off them, making them glow, kind of like an old light bulb a little bit. I've seen that. It's pretty cool when that happens. It makes it a little bit easier to find them. Also, what helps, a tip I learned from an old friend of mine, retired somewhat recently, but when you kneel down, you look for anything that pops up out of the ground. Look for basically perpendicular, which is quite a bit in the woods, of course. That helps a little bit, just kind of kneeling down. There's a crease spot on the side. There's a medication for flea and ticks. Yeah, it's flea and tick season right now, so we gotta be careful. I haven't even moved. Look where I'm standing. We got a couple morels right here. Yeah, these ones are gonna get bigger, I think. You know, I'm gonna mark them. I'm gonna mark these ones. I'm not gonna pick them yet, unless I find some that look like they're gonna grow more. So I'm gonna put a stick by them and mentally catalog them. So I probably won't do a cooking video. Oh, a little boo. My girlfriend's gonna come over tomorrow, so we'll do some morel cooking, I think. Yeah, wild morels. So I got those ones marked with a stick. We're gonna comb the area and see if we find any more. Look, we have a bumblebee friend. Hello. These are good. And I don't mean eating. Well, maybe. I'm not sure. These are friendly bees, though. Yeah, they're friends of the forest, aren't they, little boo? Speaking of which, where did he go? He's somewhere around here. Careful, Boo. There are mines in them fields. Oh, boy. What's he doing? Hi, Cinnabon. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, look how proud he is. He's a majestic kitty. Can you reshingle the shed for Daddy, please? Oh. Look, Boo. I got my sticks with me. Oh, he don't care. Oh, he's such a good helper. He's a good mushroom scout for Daddy. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. He's a good boy. Uh-oh. Hey. Impressive, my friend. Most impressive. We used to get morels in the grass around here. It's been about a year or two since I found them in the grass, so we'll keep our eyes peeled regardless. And then I usually get some over here too. Some decent sized ones, so we're just gonna check this area out. They tend to be roughly in the same area as prior years, but not always. But generally in the same general area. And sometimes I'll never see them again in the area I found them, so. But generally, as I mentioned before, they tend to be in the same area. And I'm sure there are many times I've walked right by them. And sometimes when I find mushrooms later that are large or huge, sometimes they get too big and the tips split open. I think they're ones that I've missed prior. So that's just how it goes. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, too. Just get bigger ones. We have another one in the yard. I am going to mow today, so I'm going to have to pick this one. We found a few more, buddy. Thanks for scouting for Daddy. Oh, I appreciate that. He's enjoying his time over there. Look, Cinnabon. Looks like someone has some double-out buckshot. Yeah, from quite a long time ago. Not me. I'll stick this here. Yeah. It's littered, little boo. Yeah. Usually find a bunch back here, but I think it's a little early this time here for the morels back here. Nothing back here, little boo. We'll search a few more areas, and then we'll call it for this part of the property. I think the mushrooms pop a little bit later in the year, but I do have some extra sticks I'll put aside. Yeah. Thanks for helping, Daddy, little boo. It's nice of you. Look at his beautiful coat, my goodness. During the peak of the season, as far as morels go, we'll get them all over here. See something suspiciously similar to a morel. See what that is? I think it's a pine cone. They resemble them vaguely, especially from a distance. Yep, that's what that was. Just a bunch of pine cones, but we'll do a quick exploratory search of this area. But yeah, usually in May is when we find the nice ones over here. We'll look. It's fun to be out here too, isn't it, little boo? Took the day off today, had the dentist appointment. It was supposed to be in the afternoon, but they called me. They had an opening in the morning, so taking advantage of the extra time. Probably spend another hour, maybe a little bit longer out here. And then it's time to cut the grass. And I'll probably find more as I cut the grass. It's a great way to search the lawn as you cut the grass. And even if you hit one with the mower, usually they're low enough to where you don't mess them up. But not always. Usually you step on them before you hit them with the lawnmower. And that happens. Usually when I'm finding them back here, they're pretty big. And some of the ones I found in the yard are ready to be picked, so I'll pick probably a handful tonight. The ones that are in the grass anyway. Clean them, cut them, put them in the fridge. They'll be fresh for tomorrow. And my girlfriend and I are going to look for a few more. And I'm going to keep the ones that are in the woods marked, so we'll pick those tomorrow. Maybe they'll get a little taller. Over the years, I found them pretty much everywhere on the property. And when I thought it was the end of the season, I was weed whipping. There's tons of weeds and stuff back here. I hit one that was right about here where it dips. And it pretty much exploded, but there was another one or two nearby that I was able to get. But I'm going to work my way down. I highly doubt we're going to find any up there. But I'll probably search in a few days. What we need is more rain, which we've gotten some. A lot, actually. And more sun. And then we should have some more popping. Oh, I almost stepped on this one. This one's about 2 feet away from others. So, like I said before, you find one, there are probably more. And it's easy to step on them. So I'm going to search these areas a little more. And since these ones are in the woods, just barely, I'm going to mark them with my sticks and pick them tomorrow with my girlfriend. And probably Cinnabon too. Where is he? I hear him. Cinnabon. Oh, there he is. He's keeping an eye on Daddy. He's probably thinking I'm crazy. That's okay. Maybe he's right. It's funny. He's headed towards where I'm going to check next. But where he's going, there's a dead elm tree. And that used to be a pretty decent producer, Morels, and I haven't found any there in a long time, but it's still worth checking out. We'll make my way over there. Hi, sweetheart. We're at the site of the fallen elm tree, mostly fallen. And we have found half a dozen or so in prior years back here at a time, actually. And then it became 2, then maybe 1, and I haven't found one since in this area. I don't think I found anything back here last year, but we looked just in case. You never know. Not a bad haul for the day. And there's more too. I left about 5 or so back there for tomorrow. For morels this size, I cut them in half and then soak them in salt water after I rinse them. And then the excess I just throw outside. Hopefully they'll propagate more. Can't hurt, gotta get rid of them anyway. And then after you soak these for, I don't know, 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever it is, that's salt water it's soaking in. You put them in the fridge or cook them. I'm going to go ahead and save these for tomorrow, of course, but they refrigerate for a couple days. I would never. Thanks for helping me with all the mushrooms, little boo. Anywho, thank you everybody for joining us as well. Maybe you found some that we missed. If so, let me know. But we'll probably find them later anyway, or not. Bye-bye for now.